Hello, YouTube. It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another live commentary. This time we're doing the sequel, considered one of the greatest sequels of all time, movie sequels, The Empire Strikes Back. Yep, the second one in the franchise. Not my favorite, but one of the best sequels I've ever seen. Let's start it because the movie's over 2 hours long, and I want to get this show rolling. So in the chat, please be respectful. I don't have time for nonsense today. I'm wearing my Lego Star Wars shirt with the villains on it because most of these villains are in this movie, except for the Gamorrean guards, and Jabba's only mentioned in this movie, but some of them are in it. So let me lower it this time. It's a little bit too loud. Wait, hold on. It was too loud last time. They're much better. I don't want to go deaf. Now we're in the Fox logo. Hello, Milos. I'll just post some pictures on Facebook while the opening credits play. There it is. Words that meant more to me than anything. And now I'm like, yeah. I'm glad that Mando doesn't have the opening crawl. It doesn't need to. Episode 5. The Empire Strikes Back. Yep. It is a dark time for the rebellion. Although the Death Star has been destroyed, excuse me. Although it has been destroyed, Imperial troops have driven the rebel forces from their hidden base and pursued them across the galaxy. Invading the dreaded Imperial Starfleet, a group of freedom fighters led by Luke Skywalker has established a new secret base on this remote ice world of Hoth. The evil Lord Darth Vader, obsessed with finding young Skywalker, has dispatched thousands of remote probes into the far reaches of space. See, that's all you need to know. It's one of the best sequels ever made, and now nobody can tell me to shut up this time. It's also the one special movie in the special edition that wasn't butchered as much. You know, that they didn't add too much. All they added was a couple of CGI backgrounds, basically. That's about it, and some new look for the movie. And they added scenes, like in A New Hope. There's the probe droids, Imperial probe droids. Hey. There's the Tauntaun that Luke is on. Stop motion, by the way. No CGI here. And what happened to Mark Hamill's face? He got a car accident after Star Wars, and he looked different. But at least he was still alive, you know. There's Harrison Ford. Yep, there's the Wampa. Luke gets busted up. Where was this in the Last Jedi? Nowhere, because apparently that movie didn't have the balls to show the hobo getting hit in the face with some creature. No, she has to be perfect and never get a scratch on her, and I mean a big scratch, not so a little dot of blood from her head in the Last Jedi. You could have done better than that. And those tauntauns still look amazing for not being CGI in 1980. Come on, stupid Wi-Fi. Hold on. At least the chat's not going crazy this time. New Star Wars is too kid friendly. Yeah, they have a PG-13 rating and they don't do anything with it. At least when George Lucas did that for Episode 3, he made it PG-13. He did not pander to kids. It was the darkest movie where people lose limbs, burn alive, and kids get killed off. Granted, off screen, but you see the aftermath. You don't always have to see it to believe it. You know. There's Princess Leia. Say anymore. Mm-hmm. I like this music. The music in this movie is great. Among other things, the she wears a lot of white. I noticed, except in episode 6. Yeah, because in episode 6 she wears brown when she's the Bausch outfit, then the brown again when she's in the slave Leia outfit, and then she wears brown. She mostly wears a lot of brown in episode in the last movie, and then green when they go to Endor. No, that's not it. He does the point. I love the point. Ah, come on. There's the droids, R2D2 and C3PO. That's the thing. We didn't have a C3PO in the new movies. There was this. He was just there. BB-8 was cute, but he didn't have a counterpart. We don't need another trilogy. I don't want to go through this again. Jyn Erso having a funeral, yeah, no funeral for her because they get killed off and they never mention them again, which is how. And I don't want to see her in Cassian Andor show. I don't give a damn about those characters. The most gruesome moment in Star Wars is Anakin's Darth Vader getting cut open off. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He gets cut off. He gets his limbs cut off and he gets burned almost alive. He gets roasted like a turkey. It's a classic, man. It still is a great looking movie. Irvin Kershner, rest in peace. I miss you. Movies haven't been the same since he passed away. Oh, this is John Ratzenberger in a cameo before he was worked for Pixar. There's the bones that were in the other film. I finally saw the first two Godfathers, both classics and two of my new favorites. I personally like Part 2 a little more. It's just those movies are too long. I'm going to see the third one, so I'll try to see it this year. But it's a long movie. It's 3 hours and 22 minutes. That's long. This is an added scene, but the Wampa's not CGI. It's a guy in a suit. Luke's feet are frozen to the upside down. Yep, this is when Luke uses the Force for the first time for it to get his lightsaber. I didn't say profile pic. I said Pokemon, you stupid phone. There we go. The blue lightsaber. Coda is not pandering. Therefore, it's not a work for the United States government. I guess John wants to talk about Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. I'm not talking about anything else. This isn't a podcast for anything else. Done. He's looking for him. Yeah, Luke could have died of hypothermia. Is this movie better than Black Widow? Any of these original films are better than any MCU movie, except for like the Avengers and Endgame, because those were on another level. Because Black Widow was just not. It had nothing. I wasn't behind the characters. It should have been Scarlett Johansson's movie, but it's too late to talk about that now. And it was freezing. They were in the middle of Norway in the one of the biggest winter storms ever. Probably reasons why the Batman and Dune have a 4.1 and a 4 on Letterboxd. Looper has only a 3.5 because they're better. Looper was boring and I was confused. The second half of the movie just fell apart for me. Once you had her adopted kid having X-Men powers, I was out. There, that's John Ratzenberger. What's up, Iron Lantern? Mario Brothers LiveCon. Do you want us to talk about Mario? Yeah. Am I looking forward to the new movie? It's coming out next year, so that I could talk about it. If it's not has nothing to do with the film, then don't talk about it. 725 to 1. Avatar 2, no, I have no interest. I saw the trailer and still looks like a video game. I love that. He's just, yeah, I love that roar. Yeah, he will. Because, yeah, and there's a Force Ghost in this. That's why China won't show this movie because of the Force Ghosts. Where's the New Hope onwards? Do you want to stay on topic? Yes, stay on topic. There he is. I know what it's like to be freezing in the cold because I went out this year to shovel snow and it was freezing outside and the winds were like hitting me right in the face. If you don't live in the Northeast, you don't know what it feels like. If you don't live in the North, either Northeast or Northwest, you don't know what it feels like to go through snow. If you live in Florida or And like, two of my friends live in the South, so they don't have to worry about snow. Oh, here's my plug. Gotta plug my phone. It's almost dead. Ben! Ben! And the inside of this tauntaun looks horrible. It looks disgusting. Ben! You saw the little crawl? He's having what was it? Not hallucinations. He's hyperventilating. Ugh. Dagobah system. Dagobah. He's delirious. The final generation, yeah. I don't want another film. Were they trying to recreate "Look, I Am Your Father" with Ray? They tried to, but instead they did. You're the granddaughter of the freaking emperor or somebody that died. That makes no freaking sense. At least Vader was alive when he said that to Luke. You know, it doesn't make any sense. It's like saying that would have been like in the prequels. It said that Jar Jar is like related to Anakin. It would have been stupid, wouldn't it? This music is amazing, by the way. This music is in most of the Shadows of the Empire video game. It's in the part with the train. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Not Rogue One. Do you copy? Honestly, can't be PG-13 because you have lightsabers that could cut a man in half and a lot of blood would show. Again, see episode 3 and to see when you can show getting limbs cut off, but not cut, like burn. Echo Base, this is Rogue 2. I found them. Repeat, and people say this movie's super dark. It doesn't get dark until the second half of the film. The beginning doesn't really start that dark. I mean, what happens to Luke is dark, but at least he doesn't die in the first 5 minutes. What's wrong with Star Wars having another movie? I don't want another trilogy. I said it. I don't want another feminized, pandering BS 2.5 hour slog. I don't want that. I'd rather have 4 more Disney Plus shows because they feel cinematic enough. He's like, this dialogue is just so spot on. Laser brain. It sounds like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but this was like 3 decades before. Oh. With its scruffy looking nerf herder. That gets me every time, man. And I've seen this movie so many times since I was a kid. I actually saw this and Return of the Jedi before New Hope. I just didn't watch A New Hope until I was 10, so I don't. But I have a sister and I don't kiss her on the mouth. It's weird. I kiss her on the cheek or on the nose or somewhere on the head. Kylo Ren misbehaves at Burger King grounded. Yeah, it's because Kylo Ren was just he's not an interesting character. He's supposed to be related to Luke and Leia and Han. I don't buy it. I so don't buy it. Not gonna let that go. This Wi-Fi is terrible on this phone. It's funny because my laptop's working right. Those are the Imperial probe droids because Darth Maul had a probe droid, but it didn't have the antennas. Let's see if the Wi-Fi is working. Hold on. Yeah, 2 shots it takes. 1 and 2. What are you singing? Singing? I'm not singing. Dun, 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 dun. The single greatest villain theme ever. Like no other villain theme can top this. They tried to copy this in other movies, even in Spaceballs. Do you think Disney is going to own Lucasfilm forever? I don't think so. I think when the movies stop making the money, they're just going to stop making them. But they stopped for a while. 3 years we haven't had a film, and trust me, every December has been better for it. Even 2020, because I didn't have to go through that again, like Rise of Skywalker when that came out. There he is, Darth freaking Vader. Here it comes. Just his presence, you just don't even see his face, and he has more intimidation than anything. And post. That took 3 hours. Why do they all have British accents? Because they're villains. And to me, that means more now. That breathing is just so iconic. They're like Nazis in space. Yep, he knows it. Beers, Imperial men. Hold on. Oh, when Vader or Shredder? Vader all the time. Just do like this to him and crush his helmet. No, shut it off! This movie has unintentional comedy in it, and it cracks me up, man. It's like, he complains a lot in this movie. He's like a big dog. I miss Peter Mayhew. That little droid is cute. It has more character than BB-8's. Was it like BB-11 or something like that, or a Deo, or what was it, Baba Freak or whatever? Mm-hmm. Some water, so I'll just drink from my bottle. Hey, look, it's Donovan from Last Crusade. Same actor. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Preparing to for the last time, Emerald. What's wrong with Rogue One, a Star Wars story? It's boring. What's worse, Rogue One was just dull. It was trying to be this movie, but boring. This movie's funny, and it has a faster pace than half of the movies. That's the problem with The Last Jedi. What's wrong with it? It's boring. 30 minutes on a freaking casino planet. They don't do anything like this here. Cloud City is a visually stunning, beautiful place. Bespin, Cloud City. See, Leia was no slouch. She wasn't just a girl. She actually had leadership skills. The hobo just has authority because of her vagina. Again, that's not enough. You have to have a character, too. Durr. To me, Guardians is the new Star Wars because it's everything I could have wanted. Granted, I'm not a Chris Pratt fan now, but who cares? Fire. Yeah. Oh, this is Dak. Yep. I gotta take the whole Empire myself. I know what you mean. Heard that Mark Hamill hated The Last Jedi. Yeah, because of what Rian Johnson did to his character. You went from this to that, where he takes the lightsaber that was his father's and just throws it like it's a piece of trash. Kiss my ass, Rian Johnson. This is why I hate him so much. Even in Looper, he made the movie into something else that it was not supposed to be. He wanted to make an X-Men movie so badly with time travel and with a freaking kid that has telekinetic powers. That's X-Men. Stop stealing from better material, Ryan. People say Knives Out is good, but I don't trust him. Once you ruin 2 sci-fi movies, you're in trouble. I'm not set. Well, yeah, SAWs are ruining Star Wars. What am I eating? Reese's Pieces, Reese's Puff cereal. Those are the AT-ATs, yeah. They try to copy these things in The Last Jedi, too. Please stop. Stop reminding me of the past. Especially when you're trying to do the same thing. At least Mando, Book of Boba Fett, and the upcoming Obi-Wan is doing something different. It's not a carbon copy. Dak. Dak is done. The Battle of Hoth is also better than that battle in whatever the hell salt planet that they were on. It's the same thing. They just did it at the end. It doesn't mean it's different. Ripping off a better movie doesn't mean that you're better. If you're not. I love that Lord Vader's a little hologram. He looks cute. Look, he looks small. Rogue 3. Is all of Rian Johnson's movies a ripoff of better stuff out there, just like with The Asylum? No, The Asylum actually puts effort sometimes. And they don't have a $200 million budget. Nice shot, Jackson. No, I didn't like Garrett Edwards as Milos either because he's boring. He's made a Godzilla movie that really slow, and I'm like, yeah. Luckily, it got better with King of the Monsters and Godzilla versus Kong, or I would have been bored out of my mind. Oh, this is they use the tow cables around the legs, yeah. And I love the reference to this movie in Captain America: Civil War. Remember that old movie, Empire Strikes Back? Yes, I do remember that. I do remember because I was a kid when I saw this movie. I love sci-fi. It's a sci-fi, sci-fantasy, whatever. Science fiction, fantasy, science action. It does it for me when it's done well. No, this one goes there. That one goes there. That one goes there. Well, I'm out of water, so for this. What do you think is the worst director in Star Wars? JJ. Mainly because he messed it up from the beginning and then he ruined it at the end. At least Garrett Edwards never did another film. Ron Howard he was a last minute choice, so I don't blame him. Oh, Snowtroopers, they look like KKK members. You only hate Diego Luna in Rogue One? Oh no, I hated most of the characters except for K2SO was good, but he dies. How does a droid die in a freaking Star Wars movie when you can repair them? Idiots. K2SO, he's badass. He's like C3PO, but with way more guts. Voiced by an American actor, Alan Tudyk. Good actor, and he was wasted. Because it was like, Ned wanted Peter Parker to help him build a Lego Death Star. I know, that I remember. And at least in Mando, they made new phrases like, I have spoken, and this is the way. Again, different words. Not whatever the hell they said in Rogue One. What was it? I rebel? That's not even in the movie. It was in the trailer, was not in the movie. How dare you lie to me? I don't like movies to lie. This movie never lied. Luke is even on the front. Yeah, Luke's not even on the cover of this. It's Lando, Yoda, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, and the Imperial Walkers. It's funny. No, I mean, did you hate Diego Luna in other films? Yeah, I didn't like him in the what was it, that movie with Tom Hanks, The Terminal. I didn't like him in that movie. He's speaking Spanish to Tom Hanks like Tom Hanks is Spaniard or something, and I'm like, Luna, he doesn't speak Spanish. He's not Mexican like you. Luna's just not a good actor. He's the poor man's Pedro Pascal. At least he has a kick-ass voice. And this war is awesome. This beginning. Dun, 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 dun. It's 1,000 times better. I know. None of the sequels came even close to this. Bye, John Avenger fan. Mm-hmm. This is what Luke does. They also use stop motion for this thing too, because again, they didn't have CG in the 80s. Kaplooey. Uh-huh. Down we go. And then some of the rebels die on Hoth. Mm-hmm. Watch this. Wham! Yep, he shoots the snow speeder right to the ground. Target maximum firepower. They blew it up, but Han and Leia and Chewbacca are not there. I know this movie backwards and forwards, man. Where are you going? Yuck. Dun, 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 dun. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, Disney Plus, you better not ever touch the original films again. I mean it. Wait, stop. So K2SO dying was set up as an emotional highlight. It wasn't emotional. I was confused. I'm like, why are you killing the droid? He could have been in the other films. For him, just like the Iron Man in Endgame, even though droids can be repaired, leaving no stakes. Exactly. At least Endgame, there was a payoff. I flipped. I flip and love the Diego Luna impression you did. One video where you said he was a Mexican Drake Bell. He is. I'm sorry. Talking like this is not a good. That's not a good accent for Star Wars. Abrams has not ruined Star Wars. He also destroyed Star Trek. No, because Beyond actually was actually a good send off. It wasn't a Rise of Skywalker level. Trust me. That movie I would do a podcast for any day over this garbage, and I will do one. That visual, I'll remember it forever. Luke looking at the Millennium Falcon flying away. Not till the end of the movie. Yep. Kylo Ren sucks. Yeah, he does because he could have been a threatening villain, but it's sad when the Batman has a better Kylo Ren called the Riddler with the his voice is scary. He actually has screen presence and he doesn't throw temper tantrums. Dun, 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 dun. People call this the greatest sequel ever made. It is one of the best sequels. I've never been a fan of the ending. I just think it's a bit too downbeat, just like Rogue One. But sir, because Rogue One, I just thought that that's the worst ending in any of the movies when it comes to the spin-offs that are trying to be like. A lot of people are liking my post of Elsa. Is Optimus Prime dying in the Transformer movie still better? Yeah, because it's shock value. Kids didn't expect that. Is the Death Star plan subplot from Rogue One a violation of the U.S. Constitution? No, it's just I never asked myself who stole the Death Star plans. I never wanted to know. Oh yeah, excuse me. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this one, and then hiya. That was a laser blast. Something hit us. Asteroids, yeah, the asteroid field, the best level in Star Wars: Shadows of the Empire. It's such a fun level. It's a flying level that's not too hard. The creators to follow us one day. It's so fun to play this in Shadows of the Empire. Those abilities ever getting an asteroid field is about 3,720 to 1. Yeah, exactly. Never tell me the odds, Disney. You're not even giving us a show this week. All they're giving is the making of Moon Knight. No, I pass. The best thing to come out of Moon Knight was that song. Lonely is a man without love. And every time I break up, every time I say, yeah, lonely is a man without love. It's a great song, but it should have been in a better show. It felt like a song from like Joker or from Guardians of the Galaxy or even Suicide Squad. Does that sound like a song from a freaking Moon Knight show? No. I also love when you call Luna and Jones lifeless freaking puppets. Yeah, they are. You have a beaver and you got a deadpan like talk like this. With the Empire is looking for us. Let us venture into the day. That's him for the whole freaking movie. No charisma like Han or Luke. Just lifeless. Yeah, they're lifeless. Do these people look lifeless to you? Or anybody from Return of the Jedi? No. Oh, this is suicide. There's nowhere to go. Man, where do we go? They're going inside of the mouth of a sandworm. Yeah, exactly. I don't need everything from now to remind me of the past. I already got a lot of nostalgia. I got it all over my body. I mean, look at this hat. Again, I don't need everything to remind me of the past. I'm Han, and who's with you? No one. I'm Solo. Exactly. Why was that? Would even that was never needed in Solo. Oh, he got his name from some random Imperial officer. Han Solo. Yeah, kiss my ass, Solo movie. Your beaver face looked like exactly like her face. Yeah, she's horrible. Rami Malek, at least those were prosthetics. It wasn't really. It was like I didn't do it. And I'm like, why do they think Bentos have big teeth? They're not beavers, guys, or gophers, or freaking rats, or whatever. Ridiculous. I don't want to date a rodent. I don't want to date a girl with big teeth. Unless it's Julia Roberts, has a gorgeous smile. I would never date a woman like that unless, they're not a bento. I don't want them biting me. When they have big teeth or sharp teeth, it's weird. Look at those bats. Yeah. I think those are Dianogas, but I mean, whatchamacallit? Not, no, there's, what are they called? Minox. They might be the same thing. Yeah. Luke should have landed on the ground and not on the water. It's like trying to it's like trying to it's like trying to drive a car in water. You're not going to do it because, cars are not water vehicles. This is when R2 falls into the pit. He gets wet and nothing happens to him. He doesn't blow up or malfunction or anything. Compared to like BB-8 falls and they turn him into a slot machine. What a disrespectful, stupid thing that is, right? Yeah, I like his little antenna thing, that little eye that he has. That way. I'm all the Jedi. No, you're not. You're a freaking pandering SJW character that is better off forgotten in the past. If this is basically Sandy Cheeks, no. Sandy Cheeks is cute, and she has a southern accent and she has a bushy tail. This girl is a and Sandy Cheeks is not a beaver. She's a squirrel. Different. Even squirrels are cuter than freaking beavers. Beavers are weird. R2. Yeah, that creature never shows up again. Like he spits him out and you don't see it again. And Luke knows about getting swallowed up in water. That happened in A New Hope. See? Continuity. I love how IG-11 dies. IG-88 in Lego Star Wars. Like, brrr. I know I laughed about that when I did A New Hope. Oh, the original line was "Luckily you don't taste very good," and in the special edition is "Lucky you were lucky to get out of there." Yeah, they changed the dialogue. I personally find it unfitting that they use opera choir singing as a background music for the train scene in Solo. Yeah, they're trying to make it epic, and it was boring. It's so dark, you can't see anything. How does a movie that looks this good from 1980 look better than a film from 2018? Yeah, he vomited. Because, I don't know, George Lucas, Irvin Kershner, and Richard Marquardt cared about the film's visuals. You can actually see them. They're not covered in shadow or in darkness or in browns and blues and all that. It just looks awful. These tints that they're using in films now just look horrible. This is the first sign of Anakin's humanity, the back of his head looking burnt. That's when he lost all of his hair. Asteroids do not concern me, Admiral. I want that ship, not excuses. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Next time, do the movies right. I say Falcon, not Falcon. Falcon. I don't say things like that. That's how the British say it. Are they stable? Not entirely stable. I know exactly what you mean, Anthony Daniels. 42 years this movie came out, and I still don't understand why people won't give me a chance. He's holding her. Yeah, she's already OP. You don't need to shove it down my face. Plus, Leia's like one of the only women in this movie. There's other women in the film too. You know, the people in of Bespin, but that's about it. There's not more women until it's Return of the Jedi. You have Mon Mothma. Mm-hmm. You know, Donna Thor's pushing the agendas. Yeah, and that's why they failed. Scoob did the same thing as Solo. How the character got his name. That wasn't as bad. He was named after a snack. I'm like, it's a cartoon. I can let it go. I mean, Scooby's name actually originated from a song. It didn't bother me that much because with Scooby Doo, I don't have as much of a connection as I have with Star Wars. Scooby has been through many iterations, and they've mostly been cartoons. A few live action movies, but they were not horrible. Well, mostly. I didn't like Daphne and Velma. That was horrendous. And the first Scooby film is mediocre at best. I'm Yoda, and I thought I told you. I know, a swamp. Ugh. Let me just see here. Feel like what? There's Yoda. Okay. Everyone say he's cute. Baby Yoda's the cutest though. I hope you like it. Yes. Yep, and I grew up with that voice, Frank Oz, Miss Piggy, and also Grover and Grover. That's basically the Grover voice, but a little bit more raspy. Rah. No. What animal does she look like? I don't even know. Like, I, I would say a deer in the headlights, but no, that's Felicity Jones's face. Yeah, let me try that. Watch. I know, guys, I'm childish, but I like to get attention. I would help you not. What animal does she look like? Mudhole. Slimy. Yeah, his home away from him. Mine. Luke's character got a lot of improvement in this movie. Yeah, all of them did. And Lando's a cool character. He doesn't show up until like the hour mark, but he's still good. We're almost an hour in. Oh, Jedi Master Yoda. You seek Yoda. And this doesn't look like a puppet. It looks like a real creature because it's not CGI. Like the CG Yoda was fine in the prequels, but the puppet is still the best one. You can't beat a puppet because it's like after Jim Henson died, people forgot how to use puppets. Smoked 100 blunts with Emily Blunt, yeah, because they both are horrible actresses. They ruined a lot of my experiences at home watching stuff. Well, Emily Blunt definitely more this year, but the hobo, no, she doesn't belong in my life. Yeah, no kidding. Of course, I'll have to replace it. Who will win in if Baby Yoda or Baby Groot? I don't know. She's so tough. SJW ruined the Marvel comics. Their sales are in the toilet. Yeah, because of that. Stop pandering. That's not what we want. Leia wasn't interesting because she was an SJW, because she's a developed character that we loved. Aljo. I like the sound of that. I'm a nice man. Mm. That's hilarious. Yeah, he interrupted a moment. Get a room, yeah. That's why people should just do that in a room that's locked. No, Captain, they're alive. I want every ship available to Story Field until they're found. So it gets a clear transmission. Yeah. By the way, this they changed. They changed it for the original Emperor hologram was actually a woman, but dubbed over by a man that was not Ian McDermott. Here they put Ian McDermott. So, but it makes sense because he was the emperor, not some random guy, some woman. No, that'd be an empress. Longclaw is basically Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yep, here it is. To create disturbance. Enemy. Of Anakin Skywalker. Destroy us. Just a boy. Son of Skywalker must not become a Jedi. Turn to be a powerful. Yes. He would be a great asset. Can be done. He will join us or die. I only read Marvel Comics and Star Wars from the 90s and the 80s, and I refuse to support and read today's wokeness. Nah, I'm not going to read it. If Obi-Wan has a hint of it, I'm going to stop watching it. It's called Obi-Wan Kenobi, not the and his Funky Bunch. Obi-Wan Kenobi. He needs to be the focus, not the 85 other characters that are going to be there. There's a snake. A snake. Ugh. What? How was my weekend? It was bad. Too much rain and stress. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. Could have been better. Powerful Jedi. The boy has no patience. Like his father. He is not ready. Yeah, they're cutting the grass outside. Ben, tell him I'm ready. Ready, are you? No, she was ready. Yeah, I know, Yoda. The most serious mind. Hmm? What story? So was I. You will be. Mm-hmm. You will be. Those are TIE bombers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are creepy. The worst plot convenience in Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, I don't want to know. Opinion on Werner Herzog's character. Mando, he served his purpose. He was an old man, but he wasn't like an emperor or anything. Oh no. How was your Mother's Day? It was fine, but at the end, it got a little bit stressful. I'm not going to get into details. So the mask. Watch out! That's great. He said, "Ah." Yeah, they're wearing these COVID masks. George Lucas hates Ray. Yeah, of course he does, because it's not a character he created. Luke was supposed to be a girl, but not some overpowered freaking British chick with a stick and the worst accent in the freaking world. This is what I say to her. Oh, go away, go away. Shoot. I see that face and I get the chills. Trust me, guys. That's why I didn't see The Bubble on Netflix, because she has a cameo. I'm like, I told you I don't want you in my life anymore. At all. My life was better without you, Binto. The Binto of Bintos. She's the reason I don't like a lot of these British chicks now in Marvel and DC and etc. Hey, Josh. He also hated Mara Jade. Who? No, because Mara Jade was something that Lucas didn't create. Because she marries Luke and then it changes the continuity. We're taking off. Look. This is no cave. That's how I say that. Go away. Exactly. You must have said Binto to avoid confusion of Lawrence. Of course, because she's horrible too. She's just bored. She reminds me of a better actress that I could rather be watching, like Natalie Lynn. This is Luke doing his Tarzan. Yeah. These effects still look great, even 42 years later. They look amazing. Puppeteering and stop motion, no CG, except in the special editions. Yes. That strength flows from the Force. Side of the Force. I honestly don't know how about Moon Knight, but I gotta say it was not good. It's not that great. It was basically just a passable show. Vader. Is the dark side stronger? No. 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 If you're saying who I'm referring to, George Lucas, well, man, he's not a fan of Mara Jade. I know, but again, I want to see her done justice. You can't sweep her under the rug. Writers made her very interesting in the books. No, there is no why. At least Luke did some training. What did the hobo do? You got hit with a stick. Yeah, blow me, Ryan Johnson. You got hit with a freaking twigs. Luke should have shoved it down her throat. Who is worse? Who do you think is worse, Milos? The hobo, because Tom Hardy's just he's a cartoon. That's what he is. Every Venom movie, he's a cartoon. Even as Bane, he had a cartoonish voice 10 years ago. He's just not a good actor. He's a cartoon. And you must go. Yep, you must go. The sequel trilogy should have at least do stuff, for example, video games instead of rehashing. Exactly. And making the movies too long. You know how long this movie is? 2 hours and 9 minutes. Why are the other films 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and 20, 2 hours and 30? It doesn't make any sense. You're just padding the running time. The prequels already did that, guys. You didn't need to do it even worse than that. Like I said, in your opinion, neither the hobo nor Gemma Chan can emote. No, they can't. They're zombies. They're the worst actresses in the freaking world. Gemma Chan is the worst Asian actress I've ever seen in my life. Has no charisma. Everything she's in, she sounds boring. It's like an Asian Selena Gomez. Every time I shake up, everything's a man without love. Lonely is a man without love. Do it. And I didn't even like Emily Blunt in Jungle Cruise. You know why? She's not sexy. She's boring. and she can do superhero stuff. I've never read any of the books of Mara, so I don't know. I have one of the books, and I played her in the video game in Star Wars Masters of Terras Kasi. You saw there's a snake. A snake! See, even this scene is in the dark and you can see it. It's a hallucination. Foreshadowing, by the way. He cut his head off. See? That was violent for back in the day. He decapitated a man. Now they would just cut away. Tom Hardy in The Dark Knight Rises, exception, and Mad Max Fury Road. I hated him as Venom. At least Tony Todd is going to redeem him in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. What do you mean Spider-Man 2? I don't know what that means. Is that a sequel to the video game or an animated film? I don't know. That's a Superstar Destroyer, by the way. There's the bounty hunters. Forlum, Bosk, Boba Fett, IG-88, and Dengar. Remember these characters. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who do you think is the worst British actor? I don't know. There's so many of them. Falcon. Not Falcon. There he is. Yep. This is the way. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is a sequel to the 2018 game. Okay, there we go. Because Across the Spider-Verse doesn't come out till next year. British actor is the hobo. Yeah, she always will be, guys. She raped me in the theater. I was physically violent and mentally violated. I sat in the theater. I saw her wear that mask. As soon as she opened her mouth, I was dying a little inside. Yeah, dying. I was like, please shut up. Please shut up. Please shut up. I never said that to Leia or Padme in the prequels. I never said that. I can't sit through another performance like that. I just can't do it. Every film she's done after that, I just skipped it. I skipped the remake of Murder on the Orient Express. I missed Peter Rabbit. I missed The Bubble. I missed everything. Even Chaos Walking, nobody gave a shit about. You know how many copies of that I found at Best Buy? Tons. That shows you that people have forgotten about her because she's the virus of cinema. This Captain Nita looks like French Stewart if he was British. Yeah, he does look like French Stewart. She was also in IFC's movie called Ophelia. I didn't see it. I couldn't sit through it. I was like, no, I'd rather watch any Hamlet version than that. Apologize? Yeah. Avatar 2 trailer, I don't care because I saw the trailer. It still looks like a video game. This looks like an actual film. Even with all of its flaws in the special editions, it still looks like a movie, not a cutscene from a video game. So this is what James Cameron wanted to do for over a decade. You're making the same movie but with water. Again, I saw that already with Aquaman. You're not going to do better than that. That movie was entertaining and fun, and it was funny. You're going to make this movie so serious and boring and make it 4 hours long. No thanks. Concentrate. That's great. Yoda's face like concentrate. Wait a minute. So certain are you Always with Always with you, it cannot be done. No, no different. Only different in your mind. You must unlearn. You've learned. No, try not. Do or do not. There is no try. Exactly. No, Hollywood and cinema. She is. I'm sorry. When you infect Star Wars and you made it the worst thing ever, even J.J. Abrams thought you sucked. That's why by the third movie, he's like, no, I'm not going to try to develop this character. She's just the Emperor's granddaughter. Whoop de freaking do. Why is Ewan McGregor better than James McAvoy? Because he can hold an accent and doesn't annoy me. McAvoy see Wanted. He sounds like Morty from Rick and Morty. He's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, the whole time I'm like, are you Morty? Are you trying to be Morty? You don't sound like a man. You sound like a little boy. That's the thing that he looks like a little boy. At least with Ewan McGregor's never looked like a little boy, even in his 20s back in the 90s. It's too big. Size matters not. Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you? No. Creates. Makes it grow. Energy surrounds us and bites us. He's so little. He's like 18 inches tall. It's like the size of a midget. He still has little feet. Yeah, it's like ET. And this is before ET, by the way. ET was about the same size in 1982. Yeah, McAvoy just sounds like a little boy. He sounds when he does a British accent, he tries to sound like Ewan McGregor, and I'm like, you're not McGregor, dude. I heard his, Professor Xavier. He doesn't sound anything like Patrick Stewart. He sounds like Ewan McGregor. Do or do not. There is no try. That should have been given to Kathleen Kennedy, J.J. and Brian, and all the other directors, and not Lord and Miller because they were fired, or Colin Trevorrow because he didn't even make it. I can take this hat off because the movie's almost over. It's like half done. Plus, I look better with it without that all that hair in my head. He lifts the X-wing with just one hand. Do the magic hand thing, baby. Yeah, I love that. Someone hates a black person like me, or they're a virus to us all. Yeah, exactly. I never said that. With Lando, I liked what they did with him in the original films, with the two sequels he was in. And even with the Solo, there was something there, but making him pansexual was stupid. Oh, he has a relationship with his droid, which blows up and is a useless SJW bot. That's what I didn't want in Star Wars. You don't have to shove it down my face, movies. That is why you fail. Why you fail. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. He's done. Mm-hmm. Take him away, bury him, or throw him out into space. Yes, well, we'll find him. Admiral. Yeah, he does the Han Solo thing. He points at him. I love the pointing. That's just great. Do I need the despecialized editions? Well, if they actually release them and not have to buy them on a website I never heard of. I mean, they do have them on Amazon, but they're overpriced. I have the specialized editions on VHS. It's just as good. The only problem is it's full screen, not widescreen. That's all. That's the only difference. What is pansexual? You have sexual attraction to anything, including inanimate objects. It's weird. It's like you're all sexual. No, being a love relationship with non-living objects, yeah, that and also anything, male, female, transgender, she-male, a freaking a hermaphrodite. It doesn't matter. That's weird. There's only one option for me. One way. My sexual preference is a one-way street. Wait a minute. Lando. That was not a system. I know. Yeah, making him pansexual out of nothing. It's like Donald Glover's a good actor. Why did you have to make him like that? He was more effeminate. Because it was weird. It was just really weird. I want to see a Lando show done well. And Josh, that would be a nice nod for you. We have a black man as a lead in a Star Wars show without being a side character. They haven't done that yet. They did that with Falcon and the Winter Soldier last year. And yes, they did bring up the racial relations allegories, but it was not forced. I knew they were going to do that because Anthony Mackie is black. So they had to do it. All these shows are doing that now. Tom Swift, Naomi, all these shows, All American, the new Bel Air. Yeah, it's all, you know, let's face it, the whole most television shows are black, so you can't say there's a lack of it. It's everywhere. Some of it is a little bit forced. How boring is John Boyega for his oasis? He just yells a lot. He yells or he's breathing like this. It's irritating. It's so irritating. There's Boba Fett. He's like, I got you. Concentrate. Feel the force flow. Yes. Internet, no James McAvoy or Richard Madden in Star Wars. Nah. Places. Future. Han. Lando was played by Donald Glover. By the way, Donald Glover is singer Childish Gambino. I've never seen that. I saw a city in the clouds. It's the future you see. You're a biggest fan of all time. What biggest fan of what? I know you're back. I saw you. You didn't say anything. You just said you're back. You came up. We're almost an hour and 20 minutes in. Difficult to see. Always the emotion is the future. Yeah, we know that. I've heard that before. Oh, mercy fought and suffered. He makes a good point. Lando Calrissian. What if the Star Wars movies aired on Cartoon Network? They can't because Cartoon Network is not Disney. Way back. Yeah, Lando comes almost an hour and 20 minutes. Usually this will spell doom for a character, introducing a character this late into the film, especially someone of color. Like, at least Bayenga, I didn't like him, but they introduced him in the first 15 minutes of The Force Awakens, and then Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon are pretty much dead. Yeah, pretty much. This is the add-ons. Yeah, they made the city look bigger. Mm-hmm. There they parking. Mark Hamill did an awesome job as Luke Skywalker, but I loved him as the Joker. Yeah, I know. He can do no wrong. He's done a lot of memorable roles. I'm talking about the prequels and the original trilogy aired on there. Yeah, before the Disney deal. Now Disney will not have it because Cartoon Network cannot air their movies without permission. Normally, you would not introduce a character this important 90 minutes into the movie or 80 minutes. Here he comes. Yep. Billy D. freaking Williams. If I met him, I would let him sign my copy of Batman and not Star Wars because that's what everybody does. I don't want to be like everybody else. Hey, yeah. No. Yes, they did copy the scene in Sonic 2 in the scene with James Marsden and Shamar Moore. Josh is basically my land. Yeah, don't be offended, Josh, but you are. You just need a mustache in there. Yeah, there's a Lebo, I think its name is. Yeah, very friendly, very friendly. Russo brothers to direct Star Wars. I wish. Trust me, the closest is with the Infinity War and Endgame. What have we here? Yeah, I can't wait to see him again. Let's hope that Donald Glover this time under better direction and writing that they make him just like Billy D. Williams and not. I'm gonna have sex with everything. No, we don't need that. They're never gonna show sex in Star Wars. Yeah, he dismisses it. I love this music. Dun, 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 dun. I love his cape. It's like Doctor Strange. Yeah, I love his cape. Think the Spider-Man movies will air on Nickelodeon? No, they're going to be on Netflix and on I think on HBO Max or something. Wait, is it no Stars? Stars. Yeah, these are. I love Bespin. It's a beautiful city, and this music is so. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, definitely. Do you think the Spider-Man movies were on Nickelodeon? Was it okay? That sounds like an R2 unit that gets blown up. No. See, they blew him up, and he didn't die. He got blown to pieces, and yet that happens to they show K2SO from the back, and then he dies. That makes no freaking sense. None. Must not go. To Obi-Wan, you listen. I do listen to him. Mm-hmm. That's why I have to go. You won't. Icarus, I can lead the Avengers. No, you can't. If the Russo brothers directed Star Wars, I would definitely go see it. Yeah, because unlike Ryan Johnson, he would treat the characters with respect. Cheers. Yeah, it's one on one. That's what a fight should be. I'm tired of these fights where they're throwing in a third wheel. In the prequels, I get it with the Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and even Revenge of the Sith in the beginning because they killed Dooku off. But no, yeah, exactly. It was going to be Leia, but then Carrie Fisher passed away in the sequel trilogy. They waited too long. I would have rather have a trilogy focusing on her and not the hobo. That would have been much better than what we got. She could have been a Jedi Master. Her flying, nobody wanted to see her Peter Pan outside the freaking space. That's stupid. What was the last movie you saw in IMAX? I think it was Black Panther. The first one. Because the sequel, I'm not seeing it in IMAX. No, it won't be the same without Bozeman. I could watch it at home. I don't trust Lando. This is a Huguenots. Queel is basically a descendant of them. I have spoken. Yeah, the voiced by what you call it, this guy Nick Nolte. Oh, yes, yeah. He flirts with her in front of Han. Yeah, Han's like, no, no, he didn't. Refreshment. That was a trap. Yeah, it's funny because no one else seems like they're. We're not going back to Springfield, and we're staying here in Alaska, and that's final. I have spoken. Yeah, that's in the Simpsons movie. They put an elevator. Yeah, that was not. Yeah, right. What? Yeah. Han's like, yep, you can't touch me. Yep, there's Boba Fett. Thanks to him, we got Jango Fett and Mando. Din Djarin. Yep. They pull a twist like this in Sonic 2, but in the wedding scene. Similar. Oh, my neck. Gotta pull the muscle. No, 3PO's. Yeah, yeah. Homer thought that Alaska was in it was another country. It belonged to the Russians, but now my muscles hurt a little bit. Ah. There's no dialogue in this scene until he repairs. Puts his head on backwards. Yeah. Oh my. Yeah. Woo! Stormtroopers, here. We're in danger. What's so dear? Oh no! I've been shot! This is when they torture Han, yeah, off screen. Yeah, this happens to Bucky and, Winter Soldier and Captain America Civil War. He's no good to me, dead. Yes, they dubbed him over with Tamora Morrison's voice since he was the new Boba Fett. Yeah, you saw Richard Madden-D. Yeah, he's a terrible actor. He's something's not right because now I can't see. What? Why? What do you back? Yeah, I feel like that after I donate blood. Usually, this is when the film gets really dark. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Luke is going to be in Obi-Wan. So, am I going to do a reaction to that? Well, I'll review the pilot, the first two episodes. I don't want to wait a month because with Moon Knight, I had to collect all my thoughts and it was just too much. It's too crazy. Yeah, you're a real hero. More like anti-hero. This is when they freeze him in carbonite. Yeah, they Mando also did that, but only did like once or twice. Could Sidney Lumet have directed a Star Wars one? I don't know who that is. Who's his journey to the Emperor? Captain Soho. Insomniac Games started the Marvel Spider-Man 2 is going to be like Star Wars The Empire Strikes because of the darker tone, because of Venom. Yeah, but Venom is going to be taken seriously. He's not going to be a cartoon character that talks about, you know, turd in the wind and all that. Yeah, and making and saying, I'm out of Venice closet. No, it sounds like a freaking grunge singer. Dun, dun. Turn around, you woolly. He says you woolly. He doesn't say you Wookie. Dun, 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 dun. What's going on? Put him in. Yeah, Chewie just throws them away. He's like, Tony thought his Venom is going to be. He directed 12 Angry Men. Oh, that was a long time ago, though. Network. Was Sony trying to turn Venom into Deadpool? Yeah, and into Spider-Man. He's like, hey, break it up, break it up. I love that break it up thing. They broke up a kiss. Greatest line that a man could say to a woman. I know. That is just like freaking clockwork. What would they say now? I love you too, or just some other cliche, or like, no, you don't, or something like that. I love that. Tupac, I can't see. This is when he gets frozen. His teeth are always like. Yeah. You remember the white screen of death from VHS tapes? Yes, I remember that. When movies didn't have a. This is. Han doesn't die because he, Lando lowers the freezing process. That's why. And in perfect hibernation. I'm altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further. Yeah. So what he did? She's like, or Han, he got frozen like an icicle. Yeah, and that would have pissed me off if Return of the Jedi happened and then it starts with Han died in the carbonite. I would have walked out. You don't do that in a sequel. You don't kill off a major character that we loved in a sequel. That just pisses people off. Part 13, okay. Dun, dun. Luke to the rescue. This was fun. I mean, I haven't seen this movie for a while, so at least I did the prequels already, so I don't have to do those again. Was this from the first movie? Did the white screen of death scare you as a kid? No, because I was used to it. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, and it's fun. These movies, these sequels are get darker, but don't. They're not like not fun to watch. What's fun to watch about the Last Jedi? There is no Last Jedi. It's a lie. The title doesn't make any sense, and also it's not a fun movie. It's boring. I've heard it's boring and it's just slow and too much happening. It's trying to be a Marvel movie, even with its humor. It feels forced, completely and utterly forced. Mhm. It's a classic scene, man. You're not going to replicate it. Don't even try it. Here we go. The last side it didn't bore me at all. Well, because you can sit through a lot of talking. I can't, especially when it's longer than this movie. It's like 20 minutes longer than this. Why? Because you have a 30-minute scene in freaking Kanto bites my ass, where it's let's do a whole sequence of looking for the code breaker in a freaking casino planet. Why? Because reasons. Because Ryan Johnson doesn't know how to write a good movie. If he had done this own sci-fi movie and not Star Wars, I would have said, okay, this is boring, but at least it's not Star Wars. You don't need to put earthly things in Star Wars. We don't need casino planets or strip malls or any of that. We don't need it, guys. That's dumb. That's what you do usually in a parody of Star Wars. I had no choice. He's doing his Batman voice. Man, he's choking the crap out of him. Hand. It sounds like hand. Platform. He's like, he's a cookie. The cargo hold. Yeah, that's hilarious. That he was choking about it. He almost could have broken his neck. That's hilarious. And see, they put some comedy. It's a lot of dramatic stuff followed by jokes, just like Marvel. But Marvel can do it right. With the Last Jedi, they try to be comedic in a movie that didn't need comedy. You woolly, you woolly. Look what happened to. See, they said there's no comedy in this movie. There's more than in the Batman. That movie was very dead serious. There's the Slave One. I remember seeing that toy when I was a kid. Turn around, you woolly. That's hilarious. Hmm. Oh. Opinion on Claire Danes. I like her. Claire Danes can at least act. Perhaps you're not as strong as the Emperor thought. Excuse me. Impressive, yeah. Yeah, he sprays him. Oh, Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan didn't teach him. It was Yoda. Release your anger. Man, he for an old man, he can fight. I'll give him that. Anakin, Obi-Wan, Luke's dad can still fight. Even after losing his limbs and fell and he burnt. You would think that his bones would, his arms wouldn't work again, but he can still fight. And it's amazing, how yet Kylo Ren had both of his arms for all the films, and yet he's not intimidating. He can't even win a lightsaber battle. I mean, they had to kill Snoke off for no freaking reason because Brian Johnson didn't like Snoke. I wasn't crazy about him in the Force Awakens, but it led to nothing. He was just a wannabe emperor, and he dies. Even the emperor, they waited till the third movie to kill him off. Yes, that's right, the third movie, the final film that should have been the final film, Episode 6. This fight is awesome. It still holds up, and they didn't have any BS CGI, and not even in the special editions of this fight. It's still contained. It's not liquid. It's great pieces of solid matter to form a hard floor surface. Oh yeah, buddy. Dun-dun-dun. That bombastic music, Luke getting hit with stuff. Yeah. Ouch. Dun, dun, dun. Who's gonna fall in the pit? Yeah. What if you fall in the pit? Also, when he drops, that is the luckiest drop in cinema history that he falls into a hole instead of dying. Because if that was a Mario game or Wile E. Coyote in a Looney Tunes cartoon, he'd be dead. He'd be like, oh, I forgot to show you guys this thing. Look how cool this artwork is. That's Vader, because this is basically his movie. He does a lot in this movie. Yeah, there's some women there. That bullet train looks cool. Because you can actually see the city. So that's a scene that I like that they added. I'm an interpreter. Dun-dun-dun-dun. These movies are just classic, all three of them. And even the prequels, they have their moments. They're not classics, but they're better than the new films. I can't even call them new because they came out years ago. But they're the recent films. They're not for me. I wish they were, but they weren't. Even Solo and The Force Awakens and Rogue One were just boring and pointless rehashes. You stupid. Dun, 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 dun. This music is also similar in Raiders of the Lost Ark. The love theme in that, it sounds like this. It's like ouch. Ouch. This is great, man. This movie, I loved it as a kid and I still love it to this day. Even in my 30s, this is still a classic. No amount of Disney's tampering can ever change that. You hear me, Disney? You'll never change this movie. They're shooting at the Millennium Falcon and did nothing. This film is so iconic, and this reveal is one of the biggest mic drops in film history. Even M. Night Shyamalan couldn't make a twist this good. His best was, in Bruce Willis was dead the whole time in The Sixth Sense. We kind of knew that if you saw the film again. I haven't seen it in years. Here we go. So physical. This is like the new Batman. That's what saved the Batman. That Robert Pattinson is a very physical Batman. He didn't hold back. With Bale, I thought he was holding back a little bit too much in Batman Begins as a Dark Knight. That we wanted to see physical Batman. He didn't get really physical to the third movie. You are beaten, yeah. No, this is not a rehash. This movie subverted expectations before that was a thing. The villain does win. Yep. He hit his arm. And Luke loses a hand. What did the hobo lose? Nothing. She loses nothing. No hand, no foot, no freaking face or muscle, nothing. She should have at least gotten her ear cut off or something. How dare you not make her lose a limb? Oh, because she's a girl? Leia gets shot in the arm in the next movie in Return of the Jedi. What training? We can end this restricted conflict. I'll never join you. It's like that's great. I love it. I'll never join you. Be enough. He told me you killed him. He does his Batman voice. Yep, here it is. Yes, sir. Again, suck it, Rian Johnson. That's how you drop a freaking bombshell. I'm your father. Again, nobody saw that coming. Vader's definitely one of the best villains. It's impossible. Yeah, I know. You could feel the pain in Luke's face. It's a great finale, man. A great twist. Nope, this is the way. And he just falls. He's like, I'd rather fall into a Mario pit than serve your emperor. The twist, yeah, it's one of the best twists in film history. And that's not something that people could spoil back in 1980. Now, people just go on Twitter and they can see the ending of a movie. Like with Doctor Strange, I'm not saying anything spoilery until I do my podcast with my friends this weekend. Better weekend coming up. Yeah, Ben can't help you. She could feel them because they're twins. What if the Simpsons did a parody of Matt Reeves' Batman? Oh, they're gonna do that soon. Oh, this dialogue was changed. Yeah. Mm. That was dubbed over because that wasn't James Earl Jones' voice. It was a different line in the original. But I don't mind some of the changes. I can handle them. They're only a few seconds. With these recent films, they made changes that did not agree with. It wasn't because you made your characters female. You made SJW characters with no flaws, no backstory, and no interest, and you didn't even make them sexy. Kathleen Kennedy turned them into freaking undesirable twats, basically. And I saw Captain Marvel, and she was way sexier than your version. Family Guy parodied it. Yes, I know. In 3 episodes, I've saw the first one. I haven't seen Empire something something or Return of the Jedi. I haven't seen those. I got to see them sometime and stream them. Hello. They got him. What if Stewie Griffin was Doctor Strange? That'd be hilarious. I'm Doctor Strange. Yeah. Man, Luke is messed up. Yeah. He hugged her with his good arm. Because even him and Anakin, they lost their limbs. The hobo is a no Skywalker. You have to lose a limb to become a Skywalker. Lose a limb or lose something. This scene was added. It's pretty cool though. This is the Imperial Shuttle that he comes out of at the end of in the beginning of Return of the Jedi, which I'll see in a couple of days. She kissed him again. Again, she didn't know that was her brother, twin brother. Dun, dun. Yep, the light speed didn't work. What if Meg was Captain Marvel? Well, that depends. Wait, the hyperdrive. Yeah, okay. Because every sequel they say is the Empire Strikes Back of something something. No one said that with Die Hard 2 because some people didn't like it. I don't know why, but yeah, I love R2. He's just the best robot. Son, come with me. Ben. Yeah, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? They said that in an episode of Zoe 101 when Lola and Quinn are like, why didn't you tell me? She says it to her face, like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me? Apparently, Dan Snyder's seen Star Wars too much. Both Mass Effect 2 and Star Wars Empire are both amazing sci-fi sequels. Yeah, I've heard. Ben, why didn't you tell me? He's like, yeah, again, you should have told me that my father was Darth Vader. Every sequel wants to repeat something again and again. Look at The Dark Knight. Why so serious? You could say it once, guys. I think we got it. After the fourth time, you're saying it too many times. You don't have to say the same words again and again. Yep, he turned it on. He's like, damn it, I was so close to getting Luke. Now he's gone. He's lucky he didn't kill anybody. He could have. That's it for my phone for today. Just a few more minutes, guys. See, 2 hours. You made it to the 2 hour mark. The next one is the longest of the originals at 2 hours and 14 minutes. The Return of the Jedi, which is still my favorite movie of all time. At least I'm doing all the original films, and that's it. There never needed to be another Star Wars movie after the prequels. They didn't need to be anymore because we got the Clone Wars movie, and that was awful. I don't have that anymore. And then you know what happened. Yeah, why is Lando wearing Han's clothes? I guess because his cape got dirty. Does Richard Madden's face in Eternals remind you of Travolta's face in Gotti? No. He looks like a boring Sebastian Stan from the Winter Soldier. That's what he looks like. He looks like freaking like Sebastian Stan, and at least Sebastian Stan can emote through that mask of his in Winter Soldier. Yeah. There's the hand, a bionic hand. Imagine if we could have a hand like that now in 2022. An artificial limb that feels like a real hand. Yep, I have a good hand now. My name is Darth Vader. I'm your father. Prepare to die. Yeah, exactly. And that is The Empire Strikes Back, guys. One of the greatest movies of all freaking time. It still holds up. It's still a classic. And movies, like the sequels like this don't get made all the time. Some of them get pretty close. And there it is. 2 hours and 2 minutes. See? Still shorter than The Last Jedi, so I will say that. That's how you do a sequel, baby. And Lawrence Kasdan, yeah, when he can write. Now he's sold out for a paycheck. But thanks for watching, guys. This was a much better podcast than the last one. Empire is still a great movie. If you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for? It's 42 years old this year in June. It's one of the greatest sequels ever made, film history wise, and it will live forever. This is how you do a sequel better than the original, and then it will be one of the best Star Wars movies ever, period. And it makes me laugh, it makes me smile, and even the dark scenes, still work. It doesn't take me out of it. So thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. End.